Now, you should know that the LSAT has changed over the past couple of years. The test most people are studying for right now does not exist anymore, and most people have no idea. They're deep into their prep books, running drills, feeling ready for an exam that changed and nobody told them. And the LSAT changes are actually the best thing that could happen to you if you're the one who figures it out first. Everyone's still buying the old books using the hand-me-downs, just became your easy competition. Now, there's a section people still grind for months on, timed drills, whole video courses, a shelf of books built around it, but logic games got dropped after the June 2024 LSAT. As of 2 years ago, August 2024, the old games section is no longer on the exam. It came out of a 2019 settlement with blind test takers, and LSAC just swapped logic games for more logical reasoning. And so if you pick up any old textbook more than 2 years old, it's describing a test that no longer exists. And these books were printed for the old format. A lot of them still teach the section that got cut, sometimes with whole chapters on it. And they just keep selling those books year after year, same cover, same price. You can study every page cover to cover, do every drill, and walk in prepared for the wrong exam. The scored LSAT is only 3 scored sections. 2 of them are logical reasoning, 2/3 of the test. The other third is reading comprehension. That's 1/3 of your score. Most people think of it as an afterthought, but you can improve on it significantly, whether it's science, law, philosophy, whatever, doesn't matter. It's definitely improvable. Then there's the 4th section that doesn't count. It's unscored. It is the experimental section, testing out future questions on real test takers. You're not told which section that is. It looks exactly like the rest. Now, the whole thing is scored 120 to 180. That's the band. A few points in the middle is the difference between a school that gives you scholarship money and a school that charges you full price for 3 years. The old picture in your head is that you're taking it on paper, but that's no longer the case. It's on a screen on a computer. The LSAT went digital back in 2019. It was briefly on a tablet. Now it's on a computer. And starting in August 2026, they are requiring you to take the LSAT in person at a Prometric testing center. Hundreds of centers in all 50 states, plus Canada. LSAC says they're adding seats and appointments for each administration to give more capacity. You're scheduling your day and time through the Prometric scheduling tool. The at-home test is the default with rare exceptions. And they're also implementing a new on-screen interface, different platform, how you highlight, how you flag a question to come back to, how you change the font size, all of that's different now. The scoring doesn't change, but the software has changed. So make sure that you're studying in the Law Hub system to get familiar with the software on the LSAC website. Remote testing is the exception now, not the rule. If you wanted to take it remotely, you would need certain disability accommodations, or you'd have to live more than 180 miles or 3 hours drive from a Prometric center that has open seats. Now, reading comp changed how you even mark the passage. There are no longer any line numbers. On the online LSAT, you highlight the text right on the screen with your finger or the tool, and the questions point you back to what's highlighted, not to a line reference in the margin. So no more numbered lines. The writing sample has also changed. It's now called LSAT Argumentative Writing, and that new format's also a couple of years old. It's no longer picking between 2 options and listing pros and cons. Now they give you a debatable issue and a couple of different perspectives on it. Your job is to take a position and argue it while dealing with at least one of the other perspectives head on. You're not summarizing both sides. You're not sitting on the fence. You pick a side and defend it against the strongest thing, arguing the other way. It's a real argument. You have 50 minutes total, 15 minutes to analyze the perspectives, then 35 minutes to actually write the essay. Now, here's another one. According to LSAC, the writing sample opens up 8 days before the multiple choice test, online through Law Hub, remote proctored on your own time 24/7. The writing sample still is unscored, but it is required. And if you don't have an approved writing sample on file, you don't get your score released to you or to the schools. People will forget to do it or leave it to the last minute, and then their score gets locked while everyone else gets their scores back on score release day. Now, formal logic is still on the test. They took a lot of the reasoning styles from logic games and incorporated them into logical reasoning. So you may see more formal logic, more conditional reasoning, more numbers and percentages than you may have expected. Not a new question type, of course, all that's been on the LSAT for decades, but in increased proportion or prevalence than it used to be. And so if you study the old LSATs, make sure you're doing a lot more of those questions than you might have otherwise, and you'll be ready for whatever LSAT throws your way. And if you want my help getting ready for the LSAT whenever you're taking it, I'm happy to help you out. Again, I'm offering a free LSAT tutoring lesson for everybody watching this now or later. You can book that free tutoring lesson with me at unpluggedprep.com/start. The link is below the video on YouTube, pinned in the chat on YouTube, in my bio on TikTok and IG.